In part of today's Farm Report, lameness is a year-long issue. Emily Wilmes with the University of Minnesota Extension Service Office shares some tips and what to look for when it comes to the issue.
It's no secret that lameness can lead to big problems on a farm, so staying on top of it can be crucial to your herd's overall health and profitability. First things first, can you recognize lameness? I know it seems like a silly question. Of course we know what a lame cow looks like. She's the one that's limping. Well, that's very true. Cows with a visible limp have usually been lame for quite some time. To reduce pain and negative impact, catching lameness early is important. Let's review locomotion scoring using the scale developed by Zimpro, which scores cattle on a scale of 1 to 5. A score of 1 indicates a normal cow. She stands and walks with a level back and makes long, confident strides. A score of 2 is a cow that is mildly lame. When standing, her back will be flat, but will arch when she walks. Her gait will be slightly abnormal. A score of 3 is given to a moderately lame cow. She stands and walks with an arched back and short strides with one or more legs. Slight sinking of dew claws in the limb opposite to the affected limb may also be evident. A score of 4 is a cow that is lame. When standing and walking, her back is arched. She'll favor one or more limbs but can still bear some weight on them. Sinking of the dew claws is evident in the limb opposite of the one affected. A score of 5 indicates a severely lame cow. There will be a pronounced arching of the back, she will be reluctant to move, and will almost completely transfer weight off of the affected limbs. As indicated by the score descriptions, looking at the cow's back while both standing and walking can be a good indicator of lameness. Catching and treating lame cows early, before they are 4s or 5s, will greatly improve animal welfare and prevent long-term problems with the cow. The best way to look for lameness is to spend some more time watching your cows. Learn how they walk so you can see a problem more easily when there is one. Observe them heading to the parlor, exiting the parlor, and as they wander around the barn. As with any problem on the farm, the key to good management is early detection and aggressive prevention. This is Emily Wilmes with University of Minnesota Extension.
It's coming toward us.
Go! Read that door so I can get in. Oh my God!
Voices from some of the videos taken over the past week as tornadoes were sighted across the country, and many people still cling to some old beliefs or myths about these storms.
They're about as prevalent as urban legends.
Agriculture Department meteorologist Brad Rippey says first, many believe that the low pressure with tornadoes can explode buildings. That's wrong.
The low pressure in a tornado, although strong, is not enough to cause a building to explode.
So myth number 2 is also exploded, that if a tornado is heading for your house, you need to open the windows to equalize the pressure, but that's wrong.
Forget about the windows and just try to get to a safe place, the lowest level of the house, or if you don't have that, maybe into a bathtub covered by blankets or a mattress or something to protect your body from flying debris.
Final myth, tornadoes for some reason seek out trailer parks. Brad Rippey says storm tracks prove that's false. It's just that trailers are so much more subject to wind damage than other structures. Gary Crawford for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Washington.
Spring planting may be hectic when it comes to getting equipment ready and seeing if the fields are ready to be put into plant. But as Emily Wilmes with the University of Minnesota Extension Service Office explains, it's good to always keep your head on a swivel.
Spring planting is just around the corner for farmers across the country. Growing up on a farm and now working with farmers, I know that spring can be a hectic time with planning, weather watching, and taking gambles on when to actually plant. Just like in autumn, these demanding times for farmers can lead to long days and tired bodies and minds. That combination can lead to poor farm safety, which can lead to farm accidents. I know it may seem like I'm always talking about safety, but it seems like I can never talk about it enough. Farming is one of the most hazardous occupations in the country, and already this year we have lost some good farmers in tragic accidents. By being cognizant of the dangers of farming and taking the proper safety precautions, more of these accidents can be prevented. An often overlooked component of farm safety is taking care of yourself. You are the first step in having a safe farm, and taking care of yourself will ensure that you are able to maintain it. There are some days on the farm that never seem to end, and it's easy to say, just one more thing, but don't exhaust yourself. Be sure you get enough sleep and rest. If you are in the tractor or combine all day, take some short breaks to refresh yourself. Make sure you are eating enough and eating the right stuff. Eating a breakfast in the morning and make sure to take a break for lunch as well. Avoid too many sugary snacks or beverages as they can lead to a sugar crash. Farming can be stressful and days can be busy, but slow down and don't rush. Don't skip a pre-field equipment inspection or hurry through a task so quickly a gate gets left open. Keeping a level head and working at a reasonable pace will prevent slip-ups, which will only slow you down. In addition, think about your mental health. Accept the things that are outside of your control, such as feed and milk prices, market demand, weather, and other people. Don't stress over aspects that you cannot change. If you are feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or even depressed, don't ignore it. Minnesota Farm Advocates and the Minnesota Farmer Assistance Network are groups that offer counseling, legal advice, and a help hotline. Minnesota Farm Advocates can be reached at 1-800-967-2474. The Minnesota Farmer Assistance Network's number is 1-877-898-6326. Safety is important on any farm all year round, not just during one season. Don't ignore your personal health as you hold the keys to keep your farm a safe and happy place every day of the year. This is Emily Wilmus with University of Minnesota Extension.
Thursday tornado activity in parts of the Midwest resulted in fatalities and the flattening of one Illinois town. As USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey notes, despite this recent flurry of activity,
We are still seeing a season that overall is behind average.
the first 3 months of the year were quiet compared to annual tornado averages.
We only saw 41 tornadoes during the first 3 months of the year, and that compares to the 3-year average of 163 tornadoes for the January to March period.
And while April activity so far is over 50 tornadoes reported,
If you look at the 3-year average for April to June, we should see on the order of 486, almost 500 tornadoes, even in an average year.
in fact, Rippey notes since the historic tornado year of 2011, tornadic activity has been comparatively quiet.
The trend has been for below normal activity the last several seasons, and it looks like this year, despite what we've seen in early April, may well continue to be on the quiet side overall.
I'm Rod Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.